What is happening, Bigger Pockets? This is Matt Faircloth. Wanted to talk to you guys today about some really exciting stuff. We've done a few deals, reasonable amount of deals with apartment buildings. We've done a lot of deals with other people's money, and I've done some apartment building deals with other people's money. I know a lot of people want to do apartments. So I want to talk to you guys today about doing apartment building deals with other people's money. This is majority of other people's money, maybe even with all other people's money, meaning none of your money, your time, your effort, your contacts, a lot of other resources you're going to bring to the table, but perhaps none of your own money. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We are going live on BiggerPockets.com. We're live on Facebook. We are live on YouTube. We are 3 live. We're doing the trifecta live right now. And this is really cool, exciting software, exciting means that we're live to all of you guys. I want all you guys to be sure to ask questions on BiggerPockets, on YouTube, on Facebook. I can see all of it, so I can filter through your questions and comments and everything like that. I want to make sure that I get to all your questions and everything. So make sure that you throw them out there and we can have a chat. For those of you guys that are watching on Facebook, do me a favor and give me a thumbs up right now. I want to see it. I want to see a thumbs up. I want to see one of these. Give me a thumbs up, because not only because I like your love, but also because that helps propagate this video to other people that might be fans of BiggerPockets, is because YouTube or Facebook will see, hey, people like that video with those thumbs ups. So that will put it on other people's feeds and help propagate the BiggerPockets community and get the message out there. And if you guys are so inclined, do me a favor. Here's a big favor. Share this video. Share this video with other people in your community. Share it on your Facebook page for other folks. Here's why. And this does pertain to today's message, because you want people to know in your community that you guys are investing in real estate. So take a minute right now, if you're watching this thing on Facebook, or even if you're watching it on YouTube, take a minute and share it and put a quick note. Hey, this guy invests in real estate and he did an apartment building deal. I've done a few, and did it using the majority of other people's money. I'm going to do what he's doing. And what may happen to you is what happens to me sometimes when I put apartment building deals on Facebook or on social media. People that are very happy with their day job, don't want to quit their day job or do this thing full time. They see that and they say, geez, I would love to invest in real estate, but I don't have the time. But I would love to invest in some things that guy's up to. And so that guy or girl are up to. So they may send you a Facebook message. This happened just recently. I put one of my deals on Facebook, and I got 2 calls with investors because of that post, of new investors. One of them was somebody I knew in high school, haven't talked to in 10 years, no, like 20 years. Geez, I'm dating myself. But another one was somebody who I hadn't talked to in business for a few years, but had some successes and wanted to invest some of it in real estate. We had lunch just a few days ago. And so both of those meetings came because I put a post on Facebook about real estate investing. And so what I want you guys to do, if you think of it, is to share this video and put out that this guy's investing in real estate. That's what I'm doing, because I'm awesome and so is he, and BiggerPockets is awesome too. And so take a minute and do that also. Lots of little laughing face. You guys all make me laugh. You don't have to. You actually have to push the thumbs up button, not put in a thumbs up there, Carlos and Joe. But I appreciated it either way. So I hope I can scroll through. You guys have got a lot of comments here on Facebook. I hope I can get to all of them here. Let me check YouTube, see if you guys have any chats. I believe you can like the YouTube video as well, and that does just as much for it. So if you think of it, do me a favor and like the YouTube video, and that will help propagate it as well out through the YouTube spheres and everything like that. So take a minute and do that also. Now, you guys didn't hear. You came to hear me talk about doing apartment building deals. So let's talk about that. I talk about a lot about apartment building deals, and I'm going to talk more about them tomorrow on my webinar that I'm going to teach for BiggerPockets. And that webinar is not going to be a run to the back of the room, spend thousands of dollars for me to whisper the secret of real estate in your ear. It's not going to be $100. It's not going to be $5. It's going to be free. And so tomorrow, 2 p.m., a free webinar. Little thank you from BiggerPockets to you guys for being big Rabbit fans. We're putting on a free webinar tomorrow at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. All you got to do is go to biggerpockets.com/webinars. biggerpockets.com/webinars. And I can put it on Facebook. YouTube is kind of sketchy about you putting posts on YouTube that involve URL links, that like click through URL links and stuff like that. So I can't do it on YouTube, but I can do it on Facebook. So that's what I'll do. I'll go, and you guys want to go to www.biggerpockets.com and go to /webinars. Okay. And at that link right there, that very one, you guys can register for my webinar tomorrow. I want to see all you guys at that webinar. And if you do, and if you can, if you can get on that webinar, I want you guys to give me a shout out and say, hey, Matt, I was on your Facebook Live, and I will give you guys a Matt Faircloth patented high five, which looks just like this on the internet. That's my internet high five. Not everybody gets that. You guys do. And you'll get one tomorrow if you join my webinar. So go to biggerpockets.com /webinars to join my webinar. I hope to see you guys there, because on that webinar, we're going to be talking about doing deals with other people's money. That's what I know how to talk about. That's what I do. I'm going to talk to you guys all about it in about an hour and a half webinar, how to do that. Now, get into apartments, okay? Apartment buildings involve equity, okay? That's the first piece I want to talk to you about today. I've seen people do apartment building deals with debt, okay? And debt means like borrowing money from potential investors, borrowing money from people to do deals. Now you can borrow money from banks to do apartment building deals. You're going to need to do that. But to make your deal work, I believe that you're going to also need people to give you equity for your real estate, for your apartment building deal. And that means that you're actually giving them a small chunk of the deal. They're owning a piece of the LLC that owns the property. And so they own it alongside you. They become your partners in the real estate transaction, if that makes sense. And so consider doing equity, and equity is a great way to raise money for real estate deals, because you can sell a little bit of ownership. People can own a small slice of that property alongside you. So it pays to understand how to broker equity deals and how you guys can go out and sell small chunks of ownership of your potential apartment building deal to other people. The way that goes down is, let's say you buy up an apartment building for $5 million. Okay. Let's say you're gonna borrow 3.5 million from a bank. That's going to go into a bank loan, and you're going to qualify for that bank loan because the apartment building has plenty of rent coming in that's going to cover the debt service, the monthly payment on that loan, and then some. Okay. So you get that 3.5 million. Then you need another $1.5 million to close the deal. Now, if you're made of money, and if you've got if you're filthy stinking rich, you can just write a check for 1.5 million out of your own pocket and buy that deal, and off you go and close. If that's not the case, if you don't have 1.5 million of your own money, then you can go forth and sell shares of that project to people, and people can go and say, well, I don't have 1.5 million, but I do have 50. I do have 100, I do have 150, I do have 300,000, whatever it is. And you sell them shares of the project, and you sell enough shares to make that 1.5 million, and off you go. Then you can close on the deal. There is a lot to this. It's not that simple, but it's not anywhere near as complicated as people make it. The SEC gets involved when you start selling shares, but that's not something you should be afraid of. That's something that can be easily understood. And the SEC is not a complicated entity. There's simple rules that they abide by, and if you know those rules, you can get through it. You can get a viable attorney that can help you through this. And the amount of money that changes hands in buying apartment buildings, an attorney is somebody you have to have in your corner. So that is step one to doing deals with other people's money. That's how it's done. Is you go and sell a little bit of chunk of the property, and you can close on a big apartment building deal. Let me check for comments from my peeps. From folks that are commenting. Thorny Gibson, Thor, my main Thor, man, you're great, man. Thorny Gibson is watching, the guy with the best name in the real estate. Welcome, Thorny. Good to hear from you. Let me check YouTube to see how we're doing out there. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. Hi on YouTube. Hi, Eric. Hi, everyone. Hi, Iron. Will pro members be able to watch later in archive? You can watch my webinar. If you are a BiggerPockets Pro member, one of the many benefits that a BiggerPockets Pro member gets is being able to watch webinar replays whenever they want. So yes, Richard, you can watch my webinar. I will allow that. You can watch my webinar on replay if you're a pro member. If you're not a pro member, if you have a free membership to BiggerPockets, that's okay too. You can still sign up for it and you can watch it over the weekend because the recording stays live through the weekend and you can watch it. After that, it goes away and only our pro members can watch, but that's okay. Hi, everyone. Hi, family. Hi, Carlos. Did I miss? No, you didn't miss anything, Carlos. It's okay. I'm just getting warmed up, Carlos. Don't you worry. If you guys are on YouTube, do me a favor and like give me a like, a thumbs up on YouTube, because that helps propagate this thing and helps. I got 14 likes. It's good. Let me see who's winning in likes. Let's see. Oh, sorry guys. Facebook is winning right now. So for those of you guys that are watching Facebook, you have 27 likes and 27 hearts. So you guys are awesome. Not that other people are not awesome too, but those of you guys that are watching on YouTube, you only have, as I check again, you guys only have 14. So what are you guys doing? Well, what are we doing on YouTube that are guys watching right now? You're gonna let these Facebook people take you guys down? And only, oh, wait a minute. YouTube now has 22 likes and Facebook has now 27. So you gotta, pick your team here. If you're on Facebook and you haven't liked this thing, get your likes up because you can't beat these YouTubers. And if you guys are on YouTube, you can't let these Facebookers beat you, man. I want to see dueling banjos, little competition here between Facebook and YouTube. You guys watching on who can like more, which side can like this video the more. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll figure out a way to do a giveaway. Facebook's up to 30, YouTube's up to 25. Keep it going, guys. And I'm seeing more likes coming across the screen here on Facebook. But 30 to 25, we're neck and neck, guys. All right. One thing I want to talk about, one more thing before we jump into the next thing here. What I want to talk to you guys about is, I mentioned the webinar. I also want to throw out there, those of you guys that know already, I did work my tail off and take pretty much everything I know about real estate and put it into a book. I wrote a book for you guys that's specially for BiggerPockets listeners and for the BiggerPockets viewers and the fans of BiggerPockets, called Raising Private Capital. And it is everything I know on raising money for real estate deals. I've been very lucky in doing a lot of private money deals. I've done 35 million in private money transactions as of this year. I've been blessed. I'm grateful to do that, and I've learned a lot in doing those transactions. And so I took everything I've learned, everything that's up in this head of mine, and put it into a book. And the book's called Raising Private Capital, and it is available right now on BiggerPockets. As a matter of fact, because Facebook allows me to do this, I'm going to put a link on Facebook about the book, so you guys can go out there and pick up the book right now. The reason why you don't want to delay on doing this is because BiggerPockets has a bunch of bonuses that you guys want. You want these bonuses. I'll go through it in a second, but you want to go to BiggerPockets.com/private money book. BiggerPockets.com/private money book. You guys want to go to that site right there and pick up a copy of my book. It is a great book. Again, it's called Raising Private Money. I'm not saying it's a great book because I wrote it. It is just, it's a good book. Other people tell me it's a good book, so take their word for it, not mine. In that, here are the bonuses you get with that book if you buy it by August 10th. Okay, number one, you get I just talked about SEC and why the SEC is something you guys need to be aware of. I sit down and I interview my SEC attorney for an hour and a half. Okay, he is a brainiac. He is Johnny SEC. All he does is SEC regulations. He's done his own real estate syndications. He's done syndication documents for hundreds of real estate investors. He knows the SEC regs like the back of his hand, and I interview him for an hour and a half. And if you buy a copy of the book before August 10th, you get a video copy of that interview. That's number one. Number two, if you're new to doing private money deals, the book has a lot of things you're supposed to do. This is an interactive book. This isn't just me telling stories of my life and the times up to real estate. I do tell a lot of personal stories in there, but the book is a roadmap on how to move forward and do private money deals. So we give you guys a workbook. There's a workbook on, do this, then this, then this. If you follow, it's a like 20-page workbook. If you follow the steps of that workbook, you have no choice but to do your first private money deal following that. The next thing is I wrote another book, and we're going to talk about apartment buildings today. That book is about how to find vet and close apartment building deals. So it is a great how-to on apartments. I wrote it myself. It is a second book, so you do for the price for one. You buy the book Raising Private Capital, you get another book. And the fourth thing you get is you get access to me in a webinar on doing your first equity deal. Now, we already talked about equity, but I'm going to give you guys the nuts and bolts of doing an equity deal on a webinar that's going to be just us, you and me and the other folks that have bought the book. Private webinar, not offered up to pro membership people, not offered up to, not going to get spun around the world and sent to anybody. The only way you get access to that webinar is by picking up a copy of the book by August 10th. And I've got a really, really great webinar plan for you guys. It's going to be an hour plus. We'll do Q&A. I'll stay on there and do Q&A for as long as you guys want. And so check that out. So, and that is on August 30th. That's the date of the webinar. If you buy the book and register by August 10th, you can watch the recording, but it's the only way you get the recording. No promo, no pro members, no anybody else. The only way to get it is to pick up the book by August 10th. Okay, so check that out. Now, go to biggerpockets.com/private money book. I got two more tips I want to give you guys, two more tips I want to give you guys on buying apartment buildings with other people's money. So stick around, but I want to check to see if I've got any comments here. Let me do a quick like check. I'm still sitting. Oh my goodness, this is interesting. We are sitting at 31 likes, 31 thumbs up on YouTube. Let me try and refresh that to see how it's doing. Actually, let me hit the refresh button and see where it's at there. Now I'll hit the refresh button on Facebook and see where it's at on Facebook to see if it's up any further. But we are at 31 likes on YouTube versus 30 likes on Facebook. Come on, guys. I know both y'all can do better than this. So let me see where it's at. If you're watching this right now and you have not taken a minute to like this video, you can't let those other people that sitting there on the other side, them, the Facebookers or the YouTubers, if you're one or the other, you can't let them take you down. Don't let this happen to you. You guys want to win that. There's a lot of prestige to winning this. Perhaps a high five in it for you. So let's see where we're at right now. I am at 31 on YouTube, okay, and we are at let's see where we at on Facebook. On Facebook, we are at, oh, why is that not moving? I'm not sure we are on Facebook. Okay, I'll have to check that. It's lots of folks are coming in and liking it. That's really cool. But I don't have a number yet, so I'll get back to you on that. Let me answer a few YouTube questions while that loads. That's still loading. So cool. Comments. Lots of comments. Let me read through all these. Hi, Shara from Austin. Hello, Karif from Chicago. You guys are awesome. Please send the link from the book on YouTube also. Anuja, I can't. I'm sorry. I'd love to, but YouTube does not let me post links in YouTube. It'll give me a disallow if I try and do it. So I'm sorry. I'd like to, but I can't. But go to biggerpockets.com/private money book. Private money book or /webinars. You want to go to the webinar, go to webinars. That's a free webinar tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You want to pick up the book, you go to /private money book. You can do that, and that you can pick up the book by August 10th, and you can get the free giveaways. Shara, is the digital copy the same as the printed hard copy? Yes. There's also an audio book too. There's a digital copy if you guys got a Kindle. There's an audio copy if you got a little audio device you could listen to it. So can't see where to like it at. I hope you can figure that out. I hope you can like it. This is another. Well, okay. RHB. Pump those numbers up. Which do we need to buy? Which do we need to buy to see the webinar? Any of them. Blackjack. You can buy just the book. You can buy the book and the audio. You can buy the book, the audio, and the digital. Any one you want, Blackjack. You can buy whichever one of the three or all of the three that you want to get the webinar. So, hey, Shane from St. Pete. Good to have you on. Thumbs up, Shara. Cool. All right, man. I think I got through all the YouTube comments. And Facebook is still catching up with me. So I'm going to go ahead and do the next point with you guys, and I'll catch up with my Facebook friends in just a second because Facebook is still loading. And so while that's loading, I'm going to go ahead and do my next point. All right. So my next point is talking to you guys about the fact that you have to have, and listen, some don't take this with a grain of salt, because if you've never done a real estate deal before, it's okay. If you're learning how to do real estate deals, that's okay too. And there's nothing wrong with just getting into real estate, just learning how to do this or anything like that. But you have to have a track record. And so I will say this with love, that it is very hard, if not impossible, to go out and take down a big apartment building deal of significance with no experience and with no track record and with no nothing. Okay. And I know I've even seen some posts on YouTube, on Facebook and stuff like that from some gurus and stuff that say, oh, you can buy apartment buildings with no money out of your own pocket, with no experience and no nothing and no credit and no, this and that. I don't buy into that. And I again, for those of you that don't have any experience or any deals, that's okay, because you work your way up through and get experience and work your way up through the real estate ranks and very quickly work your way up to buying a 100-unit apartment building deal. But maybe not your first, maybe not your second, maybe not your third deal. Okay. I think that you need a track record to do medium-sized real estate projects. It doesn't mean you have to have done 7 100-unit projects. It means that you should at least show that you've got some experience in property ownership, some experience in landlording, some experience on smaller deals. So I recommend, I've told people this too, that try and double your portfolio every deal you do. So start out with one unit and find a good property manager local that can manage it for you. Start with 1 unit, then double it to 2, then make it 4, then make it 8, then make it 16, then make it 32, then make it 64. I mean, you can very quickly work your way up, and that will give you a good track record to learn some of the ropes and to get some of the scars and to get some of the lessons that it takes to handle a bigger apartment building project. So I submit to you guys that to be able to buy apartments with other people's money, you've got to have a bit of a track record behind you that shows that you actually know what you're doing for buying big deals. So keep the questions coming, guys. I'm going to pop in and answer a few more here. So cool. You're welcome. Hi, everyone. Did I miss? No. $50 is super cheap. You're welcome, Blackjack. Well, if you do the $50 option on the book, you get a hard copy of the book. You get a digital copy of the book, like to read on your Kindle, and then you also get an audio copy of the book. That's what the $50 gets you. I like that, Blackjack. Crawl, walk, run, sprint. In that order, my friend. I love it. And we all had to crawl, and just too many people want to sprint first thing in this business. And I get it. You want to make money. You want to make a difference in your life. You want to move the needle. I understand. I promise you that you will get there if you take the right steps and learn the right lessons. The folks that I know that fell the hardest in this business are the ones that tried to skip a few rungs on the ladder. Okay. So any advice for a 20-year-old starting out? Cool. I'll get to that, Justin. No problem. No problem, Justin. I'll answer that question. Give me a second. So Alicia, hello. I'm in New Jersey, accounting and analyzing on my strengths, and I'm a landlord. Are you by any chance looking for extra help with anything? You never know, Alicia. Send me a message. I'd love to talk to you. You're on YouTube. Go to BiggerPockets.com. And I'm Matt Faircloth. Send me a private message to Matt Faircloth. You never know. I'm plugged into a bunch of RIAs, and if it's not me, then there's a bunch of other landlords that I'm connected with in Central Jersey that I'd be happy to talk to you about. But we've done apprentice programs and stuff like that before, and I think that's a great way for you, Alicia, to get going in this business, is by finding a company that's doing it full time and getting under their wings and perhaps just getting paid by the hour to learn the business and, contributing and learning and adding value to their company and everything like that. So Alicia, send me a message. I'd be happy to talk to you further. All right, Justin, hello. Here's the deal. You're 20. It's okay. The problem that you're going to have is people are not going to take you seriously because of your age. And it's a shame. It's BS. It's not right. It shouldn't be that way, but it is. And so a lot of older people are probably going to say, hey, how old are you, young man? Are you sure you're too old? Are you sure you're young enough or old enough to be in this business? I mean, it is what it is. That's probably going to be the cross you're going to have to bear in real estate. But I think that you can use it to your advantage. And you may have to intern a little bit for a company and learn underneath the wing of someone, but don't don't disclose it unless they ask. Number one, don't ever tell someone, "Oh, I'm 20, just learning," and stuff like that. And that just find ways to build your experience quickly, and find ways to get some things done, and maybe just get aggressive and hustle so that by the time you're 22, you've got a big long, you've done a bunch of deals and you've got a track record and you've got something you can offer people. The good news is because I wish I was getting involved in this business when I was 20, because you got a long road ahead of you and you got a lot of success that you can have being only 20, just getting going in this business. So I hope that helps for you, Justin. You're welcome, Alicia. I hope I hear from you. A lot of people hit me up on these things and say, "Hey, I want to hit you up and pick you and do this or do that," and then they never email me. So I hope I hear from you, Alicia. Blackjack, open an LLC to have a company get your big money with credit cards, zero interest. The blackjack, yeah, property manager too. Blackjack is suggesting that Justin, you consider being a property manager, working for a property management company. Great way to get started. Commit to yourself. You do it for 2, 3 years, learn all the ins and outs of real estate, and then take it from there. Now the zero interest credit card thing. Credit cards are like little hand grenades, okay? And there's a lot of zero interest credit card vendors out there. I get them on LinkedIn like every week. People are sending me invites to like, "Hey, I'm a private lender." Really, all they're doing is selling zero interest credit card loans. And so there's a lot of, you can get a zero, for those of you that haven't heard of this, you can get yourself a 0% interest credit card that has no interest payments on it for the first 6, 12, 18 months. And then eventually it becomes a 14, 15% interest rate credit card. Yeah, you can get another one and then roll it from that to that one and stuff like that. I have done it. I've done credit card loans to boost my real estate business. It's possible, but just remember that a credit card is like a little bomb that you're holding in your hand that eventually will go way up in interest rates and everything like that. So just be careful of what and understand and respect what it is that you're holding that's eventually going to go way up in value, and know what you're going to do with it. So don't take the money and put it into an apartment building deal because you're not going to get it out in time. Maybe if you're going to put it into a fix and flip, know when the interest rate goes up and make sure that you're out way before that. So understand what it is. Blackjack, not a bad idea, but I wouldn't just blast it. I'd be careful with everybody. Just be careful what it is you're getting yourself into. So you're right. You got to refinance it and you got to have credit to get it out. So how do I go to lenders without any proof of funds? Okay. So here's what I want to do, Debbie, to get proof of funds. You can, like most hard money lenders, have on their website a link to get proof of funds. Okay. And they will just give you a free proof of funds letter. All you got to do is subscribe to their newsletter. Okay. And so consider going to a hard money lender. You can go to biggerpockets.com, go to their hard money lender database. I forget, I think it's just, biggerpockets.com/HML directory, or just look under hard money lender database on BiggerPockets. So consider that. That is a good way to get lined up with hard money lenders. Okay, so that's a free tip. Is not to get a free proof of funds letter. Hard money lenders have it on their website. You just have to subscribe to their newsletter and you get it. It's free. Okay. Okay, cool. That's a bunch of YouTube comments that I got to. I am sorry, my Facebookers. Keep the questions coming. I'll do what I can to answer them if it comes live again. But Facebook right now, appears to be locked for me right now. I'm not sure why it is. Let me try and go back to the news feed and see if I can jump in and grab myself. Give me a second. Okay. BiggerPockets. There we go. Just the news feed for Facebook was locked up. Give me a second, guys. Let me see if that'll open up. No, I'm trying to open that up. While that's opening up, I'll talk about the last one. Okay. And that is that you got to have a team. Here we go. Trying to find the Facebook link here on the BiggerPockets Facebook page. Here we go. Here we go. I'm on it now. Okay. I got bad news, YouTube. Facebook now has 50 likes and hearts. How many do you guys have? 38. Ugh. You guys but there's 52 people watching. So if you're watching right now on YouTube, there's 12 people right now that are not, the 14 people that have not liked this thing. So like it because you guys can catch up. That's 53. But there's 50 people watching right now on Facebook that have liked it. So, and I can finally see all my Facebook comments. So give me a second. I'll read through those. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'll answer a few more. I'm gonna do my last point, then I'll answer questions. Okay? Because I've been kind of waiting a little bit for Facebook to catch up, and it finally has. Now I see it. Okay? Now, the last thing that you guys want to do to buy apartment buildings with other people's money is before you find the apartment building, build a team. Okay? Nobody, not one person that I know of, operates in this business without an enormous team around them. And when I say this business, I mean like you could buy a few single family homes and do it by yourself. But if you want to raise your game and get into the realm of apartment buildings, no way you're doing it by yourself. No way you're doing it with two people. You need like 10 people working alongside you. So your team could look like this. Maybe someone helping you raise money. Maybe, not maybe, this is definitely, you need a property manager. Because if you're going to buy a big apartment building, like a 50 unit or 100 unit apartment building or something like that, you need to know who's going to manage that for you. You're not doing it by yourself. So who is your property manager? That's a team member. A mortgage broker that can help you guys find money. That's a team member. A CPA that can help you structure the financial benefit. There's all kinds of crazy tax benefits that come from apartment buildings that you need to understand. To when you talk to investors and they ask you about the tax implications of owning an apartment building with you, you need to be able to be Johnny on the spot to answer the question right there. So your CPA is instrumental in explaining to you what the ins and outs of apartment building ownership look like that you can talk to your investors about, right? So that's those are your two team members. Another team member is your attorney, and for the apartment building that we just bought recently, we had 3 attorneys on the deal. Okay, so we had an SEC attorney, we had a local attorney, and then we had a local attorney in the market. And then we had the attorney that set up our LLCs and stuff like that. So you want to have if not multiple, at least a really good attorney, especially one that can help you through the SEC regulations. And if you get the bonus material, you can check out the interview with my guy so you can see what a good attorney has to say. But again, go to biggerpockets.com/private money book and pick up a copy of my book. And before August 10th, and there you'll get a copy of the interview with my SEC attorney. So attorneys, CPAs, property managers, people to help you raise money, perhaps people on your asset management team. And this could be when I buy a deal, I try and find someone local, maybe on BiggerPockets or other resources or whatever that's right around the corner from the building, because we own assets that are a plane ride away from where I sit right now. So I try and find people that are local that can, within a day's time, pop over and check something for me or something like that. So those are your local eyes and ears, and those people get discounted more than they should, but those are people that are big team players for you, okay, for your deals. There are a bunch of other team players, but what I'm trying to get through to you guys is you want to build this team before you find an apartment building. So make that happen now. Like reach out to a few property managers that are in the market you're looking in. Reach out to a few commercial real estate brokers. That's a huge team member that can help you find a deal. And there's a bunch of other team members you can think of too. I bet if you put pen to paper, you probably could think of like 15 different team members that you need to buy an apartment building. Well, get connected with those people now. Meet them now. Take them to coffee now. Have conference calls with them now before the deal shows up, so that when the right deal hits, you'll know exactly who you're going to put in place and plug and play. Because sometimes if a really good deal shows up, you're going to need to close it pretty quick. And you need to have that team in place so you can put them into action. Okay. Q&A. What do we got here? Let's jump into all these questions. All of a sudden, Facebook works. I've got lots of questions lined up for me on Facebook and more to my good friends on YouTube. So let me jump in here and answer a few of these. Okay. Cool. Let me jump into where are all the questions here on Facebook. Let me refresh that. Okay, Facebook. Should any team members be on staff or payroll or independent services only? I mean, like I have a bookkeeper who works for my company that does the books for all my apartment buildings. She's on staff. I've also had property managers that do the site maintenance and stuff like that. They've been on staff. for third-party stuff, if you're hiring a third-party property management company, typically they will handle the payroll for the local folks, like the local maintenance manager, the local property manager, local leasing agent that are in the building. The property management company handles payroll for them. They're going to charge you back for that payroll expense, but that's going to be on their side. Okay. All right. Wife and I have good jobs, low debt and great credit. However, not much time. I would like to invest as a private lender with. Cool. All right, Paul. I think you hit us up before. Send me a message. Great to hear from you, man. I'd love to talk to you further. Send me a message. I'd be happy to hear what you have to say. Da, 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 da. That's the bigger pie. There's Josh. That's cool. So any more Facebook messages you guys have, pop them out here. Facebook currently has 58 likes. Let me see how many we got on on YouTube, and I'll get to that. I gotta check my watch. I gotta get to a meeting in a second here, so I might have to wrap this up. But I want to get to some questions that I can in a second here. Oh, let's see. Can you upload a blank contract? No, I'm sorry. I can't put my contracts out because it's a legal thing. But you should be able to get contracts pretty full. I get that all the time. Like, hey, can you put your contracts out there? Can you put your Can I get your your documents? We don't do that because I know on BiggerPockets.com you can get copies of leases and legal forms and stuff like that. But we don't put any of our contracts or any of our mortgage or loan documents out there online because of the legal ramifications of it. BiggerPockets may start doing that soon because they're putting leases out, so maybe they're going to start putting loan docs and all that out there too. You never know. Bart Boyle, I just want to flip houses my first and repeat the process. Check out my webinar tomorrow. My webinar tomorrow, Barrett, is all about doing deals with other people's money, but I also talk about doing short-term deals with other people's money. So that includes fix and flips. So check that out. So if you're around to even just register for it, biggerpockets.com/webinars. Check that out because if you register for it, you can watch it over the weekend. Can you upload a blank contract? Oh, I already answered that one. Blackjack, check out. They have a bunch of podcasts about that. I get credit like that. Let's see. I'm about to buy this. Constantly study and learn more. Well, that's cool. I'm glad you recommend it, Blackjack. I appreciate you. Appreciate you plugging you're mentioning my book, and I appreciate you or saying that you're going to check it out. I appreciate you. So, last thing, guys, before I jump off here, my name is Matt Faircloth, and that's spelled Matt. I'll type it in here under the message bar. There you go. You can hit me up on BiggerPockets. You can hit me up on my YouTube page, which is under the name DeRosa Group. You can hit me up on Facebook, not really, but that's okay. You can hit me up on YouTube or on BiggerPockets.com and send me a private message on BP, and we will talk some shop. No problem. Be sure to check out my book, BiggerPockets.com/private money book, or BiggerPockets.com/webinars to register for my webinar tomorrow, mañana. Let us see who the winner is here for likes. Final winner here. I'll be the final judge. Let's see. 45 thumbs up on YouTube. Very impressive. How we doing? And 58 on Facebook. Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, you win again. You're a good one, Mark. Thank you for all you do for real estate investing. And for those of you guys watching, thank you for your thumbs up. So cool. All right, guys, listen, this has been wonderful. I'm going to jump. I hope I see all you guys tomorrow on my webinar, BiggerPockets.com/webinars, and pick up my book at BiggerPockets/private money book. And I hope you guys all enjoy that as well. Thank you, guys. I'll probably be doing another live session next week, or maybe another one Monday, Tuesday. So be sure to look for that too. We'll talk some more apartment buildings or some more private money conversations and everything like that. Here are some high fives for you. They look like this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hope I see you guys tomorrow on the webinar. Bye-bye.